Welcome to another jam-packed episode of the Kick Him the Head podcast. I'm your host, Al. And tonight, this is the PFL Africa happened this past Saturday, and it was an absolutely fantastic event. Look, and if you know me, you know I love my MMA. All MMA events that I get to go to are absolutely amazing. And tonight, here to break it down with me, as always, we have the Kraken. Kraken, welcome to the show as always. Why are you in the corner? Ah, there we go. You and your Pikachu, how you doing?
Man, I got my emotional support, Pikachu, so I'm fine right now. I'm fine right now, but I'm excited for today's show, man, because we got the legend, or the legend killer. Let me say the legend killer, Patrick Starboy, and yeah, man, can't wait to have a chat with him. Like, because it's weird, when we talk as fans, we talk as journalists, and it is nice to have somebody who was like, bro, main eventing like PFL Africa Joburg, and we get to get like his experience from his point of view, because like I'm sure
Mm-hmm.
it was surreal. I would say I'm sure it was surreal. Yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it.
I
Me
hope
and
that's not my
Pikachu,
network. I hope
me and
that's Achi's net.
Pikachu, bro. Ah, wait, what? Is it my Wi-Fi? No, you're lying. No way. No way. No way.
Yeah, what happened to the internet? It literally disconnected.
I'm live, buddy. Get out of here. Wow. Well, look, without further ado, let me bring Patrick onto the stage. Patrick Starboy,
Yeah.
welcome to the show. Guys, sorry, I don't know what happened to my internet there. It literally got knocked out like most all those knockouts we had on this PFL Africa
Yeah.
card. But
Crazy.
welcome to the show, Patrick Starboy Ocheme. How you doing?
Thanks a lot man, for having me, man. It's an honor being here.
Look, it's amazing having you. This PFL card, international fight night. We've known you for a long time. You've been on the show before, but seeing you fight at an international event was inspiring, absolutely inspiring. So definitely thank you for being here, and I'm looking forward to chopping it up with you about that event.
I'm looking forward to it as well. No problem.
Achi, you got anything for the budding champ in Starboy?
Bro, like let's just get on to it, bro. I don't want to say much, bro. I don't want to say much because I have a lot of shit to say. I don't want to run out of shit to say, so let's get on to it.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Look, I think let's start off with this PFL event. It was a fantastic event. The card came out. We were looking at the featherweight and the welterweight divisions in the PFL. Now, when I saw this card, I was very excited about this card. As much as a lot of people, I saw a few comments on Twitter saying, "Oh, what card is this? Who are these people?" But when I saw this card and I looked up the fighters, very, very exciting card for the second round of the PFL championships here in Africa. This is obviously the quarterfinals. The winners from this card going on to the semifinals. We don't know where they are yet. Rwanda pulled out, but going on to the semifinals. Achi, let me start with you. When you saw this card come out, when you knew that PFL was coming to Joburg, How did you feel? Obviously, you had been to the Cape Town event, so you'd already seen all
Yeah,
the action. You'd already seen the
yeah.
bright lights. You'd already seen Costello van Steenis winning with 10 seconds to go over Luke Michael Johnny Eblin. How did you feel about the Joburg card and PFL coming into Joburg?
Bro, to be honest, I don't want to lie, bro. I kind of felt like this card was gonna be lackluster, because like primarily I didn't know most of the fighters, I didn't know most of the fighters. I wasn't really researched into it, like that. But then, like I think from I would say the previous Saturday, the Saturday before fight week, right? I got time to spend with Albert Stein, and on Monday I got time to spend with Ocheme, and like it kind of grew on me, it kind of grew on me because I was like, okay, we had like Khabib, we had like who's the guy, Frankie Edgar. I was kind of like, is it gonna be the same, right? That's the one thing I was like, it's gonna be the same since it's just African guys, and obviously we were kind of hoping like, come on, like make PFL Europe also the main card, like or something, right? But then
Mm-hmm.
as fight week kept on ramping up, bro, like I saw the fighters, I met up with the fighters, like I saw Lubaya, and I was like, oh shit, this thing is growing on me, right? Then come fight week, bro, like I was just like, holy shit, bro, like seeing Patrick like just fucking hammer fisting uh yeah, Camara, bro. It was crazy, like the whole card, bro, like the whole card. Like I didn't see the head kick KO. I guess I should be fired for being on the head kick podcast and not seeing the head kick, but I think I came in just as Albert Stein was about to come in. So I was in the VIP, VIP shit, and we're just having like some dumplings and some meatballs, and I got too into it. But then when I came out, like it was just like a speed ramp, because like obviously I was already invested on Albert Stein, then Lubaya came in, then it was just like, bro, like it was just crazy, like the fucking knee knockout, it was something else. Then I was like, oh shit, I got my money's worth, because like personally, the way the matchmaking was, firstly the positioning of the matches, like because bro, like I hate to say it, but like when Esperanza like tapped the guy out in like 30 seconds, I was like, oh, thank God the
Okay,
event
whoa,
is over.
whoa,
Then I saw
whoa.
Patrick.
Hold your horses, Aki. Hold your.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get into all
Bro,
those.
bro, like I told you, I got so much to say, bro. I got so much to say.
Yeah, no.
This was a good card. Let me just say that.
I think we got that from all your excitement. Like, and it was an absolutely phenomenal
Yeah.
card. But I want to hear from Patrick very quickly. So, Pat, we knew from a long time ago that you were going to be headlining this card, but we didn't have all the fights on this card. How did you feel when you saw the rest of the fights on this card? How did you feel headlining a card like this? Because we know that fighters can headline and then you have a bit of a crappy card underneath you. How did you feel when you saw the fights that they had lined up on this card?
When we arrived at the hotel there by the where all the fighters were meeting there, and I look at the fighters, like I was checking their confidence, and some of them I watched them while they were doing pads. I'm like, because I knew some of the guys that I would be competing in my division. I had to do some research about them to see who is my biggest competition there, stuff like that. And it was really interesting. I knew the fight card was going to be great, but then added with the welterweight as well. I was like, geez, like it. This is going to be one hell of a card. I even told the guys, like, I have a feeling that this fight card is going to be better than the one in Cape Town. And the guys were like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, what makes you say so? I'm like, look at you guys, man. Look at the fire. You can see the hunger and the lot of those guys there. And then I'm like, yeah. Even if I went to bed, because we're not allowed to bet, even if I went to bed, I wouldn't know who to put my money on because there were a lot of upset that you saw in the fight card. So I'm like, oh, will I be the one headlining this card? Nah, man, I even said to my coach, can you please pinch me? Can somebody please pinch me? Eh? It's like I'm dreaming. And my coach was like, hey, focus before somebody knocks you out in your fight. I'm like, no, man, coach, man. But it was a huge privilege and an honor for me to headline such great athletes. I enjoyed it.
Look, and headline you did definitely. I think everyone was excited to have you as the headline. Everyone was excited about the last fight of the night. That arena was packed, not until the last fight, not until the fight was over. Even after the fight was done, the arena was still full. People came down from the rafters. They surrounded you after that fight. Of course, we haven't yet gotten to the results, which we're about to go into the results. But look, I think 100% you carried that card very nicely. The fighters underneath you carried themselves in an exemplary fashion. It was very impressive. Now, let's get into the stuff that Achi was so excited about, talking about so emphatically. Achi, let's look at the fights that happened and how they finished it, because there were some crazy finishes on this card, crazy submissions, the decision fights. But let's have a look at it. I'm not sure you guys can see it. We have on this card
crazy.
welterweight and featherweight. Is this thing? Come on, why is it doing this to me? No, it's not expanding, is it? Have I disappeared again? Let's do this.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. What we had was 10 fights, 7 finishes, 5 knockouts, and 2. So only 2 of these fights went to decision. One of them was out and down below me, Patrick Staub. But
Easy gone.
Seems like it.
I told y'all to get lucky. Yeah. But like, yeah, man, let me just take over, bro. But yeah, man, we had like a whole, we had like, cause like, so basically, I heard from my guys at Super Sport, they were like, bro, the the weight cuts were really heavy on everyone, and like, cause like, take for instance, Albert missed the weight cut, and they were like, everybody was like, expecting like knockouts and finishes, and I would say how basically, let me just say, solely because of that, let's start on that. Like, how was the weight cut for you? I would say.
I was a little bit scared about the weight cut, because I had to do a big weight cut because I had to cut 19 kilos before the fight. And yeah. So and then I had to change my whole diet, man, for the last 6 weeks. So for 6 weeks, no bread, no burger, no pizza, none of the stuff, no beef. I was only just sticking to the brown rice and chicken or fish. Then I have whey protein, I have
Yeah,
some fruit as well. And in the morning I don't usually eat oats, so it wasn't nice. But then, what can I do? It's part of the job. It's a requirement. It's something that was actually needed.
yeah,
So, and I knew that if I cheat, like every once in a while, like let me eat bread, or once in a while, let me do this, I'm gonna suffer, and I might not even make weight. And then now, not making weight as a main event is gonna be a slap on my face, because then everybody will be expecting a lot from
yeah,
me. So I need to be professional by respecting my opponent enough to make weight. And I knew my opponent is a natural featherweight, so there was no doubt about him not making weight. So I needed to make sure that I'm on weight. So it was really tough. The last week, the last 8 days of the weigh-in, you wouldn't believe what I was eating. Eh? I was only eating a
who you
chicken fillet with no salt and no sauce, nix, just that, and 2 boiled eggs and avocado. And I'll eat twice a day. That was when I was the
that is
whole
crazy,
one
bro.
week to the weigh-in. And I had to do water loading as well. Started with 3 liters, 3 liters. Then I went to 5 liters, 5 liters. Then it was 7 liters, and then 8 liters. While I was busy drinking water there, everybody was laughing at me, saying, "You are still water loading even until this time." But I was the first one to make weight between all of us.
Oh,
By 6 p.m. already on Thursday, I was already weighing 66.1. While the rest, they were going up and down. Yo, till that morning, they were still battling about weight cuts, going to the sauna, some going to the bag work, some running on the treadmill. It was really hectic. And I was just smiling, but I was dying also because I've made weight, but then now for 36 hours, no water, no food at all. And and I couldn't just wait for 9 o'clock so I could just go check my weight so I can start rehydrating and stuff. But it was fun. It was fun, and I'm glad that I made weight. And then and every other person's made weight besides Albert Stein and his opponent. That was so sad.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all take it away, man.
Yeah, look, death by network. As is in the chat, it's crazy what goes on behind the scenes. Because yeah, the weight cuts, we heard that the weight cuts were absolutely insane. We were there for the ceremonial weigh-ins, and you could still see that the guys had suffered to make weight. That you guys had suffered to make weight. But the fact that everyone made weight except for two fighters is commendable. And fortunately, PFL did have a backup fight to make up for the fact that those two fighters, Al Rashidi and Stain, did not make weight in their fight. And shout out to everyone who is in the chats. Melissa, thank you for joining us. Yao, my doppelganger, thank you for joining us. Kick him in the head, well, that's me. Aussie Fight Fan, thank you for joining us. Thank you everyone who is watching live, who is watching on playback. We appreciate you watching. Now, I think you guys were having a chat. I think let's actually, before we get into it, let's talk about the two decision wins, because the two fights that went to decision on this card were the first fight and the last fight.
That's fine. Crazy.
The two Nigerian fighters, ironically, Lawal and Ocheme, are the ones who went the distance on this card. Now, between your weight cuts and obviously getting into the actual cage, you've explained to us that it was tough. Once you had made weight, how did it feel, and how did it feel coming into the cage for your fight? I think I'm going to skip to talking about your fight before we get into the finishes and the results.
Um, the moment I made weight, and I had to wait for 9 o'clock, like I said. So the moment I climbed on the scale and they wrote down my weight and stuff, yo, I felt so relieved, man. I could finally have some water because I was really thirsty. So then I had to rehydrate with electrolyte and the usual stuff you normally use. And then after that, because my coach was like, don't rush it. Just sip, and sip. I was like, oh gosh, if only you knew how thirsty I was. But then I felt good. At least now I could drink something. I could eat a little bit of whatever I want to eat. And then because I know the first hour I need to be clean. I need to eat clean. So, but then the radiation was good. And on the day of the fight, I felt fresh. I felt because I picked up about 11 kilos. I felt really good. And then, yeah, just that going into the fight. And then I was very confident, because like I always say that I want to be one of the best strikers in the world, right? So in order for me to achieve that, there shouldn't be anybody in Africa that should give me a problem, in my opinion. So, and then I'm a finisher by nature, but at the same time, I don't like forcing things. And then, like I said before the fight, I'm like, as soon as I figure my opponent out, the fight is over. But then for this dude is mad strong, man. Respect to Camara, man. He is one tough nigga. Because I give this guy a lot of beating. Like the knees. How did he survive those knees? His body the following day, you could see those knees on his body. But for the fact that it did not give up, I couldn't have asked for a better opponent, man. Somebody that at least the whole world can see that I'm trying to finish this guy, but it just don't wanna give up. Respect to him, man, really.
Yeah, there's definitely one picture where you're punching him, but literally your fingers are in his mouth, like
Oh,
in his mouth. Like, if I was a fighter, I don't know how I'd take that. Like, that's nasty business. But yeah, it was an absolutely crazy fight. It was a tough 5 rounds. You guys went back and forth, back and forth. Achi was in the crowd with his flag, the flag that he has right now, screaming his lungs out. The number one fan
Yes, sir.
on the night. Akhi,
Yeah,
watching
man.
that
Like,
fight, how you feeling?
man, uh, it was something else. You know, it was something. I would say, whew, let me just say, man, like, big shout out to Melissa, right? Because Melissa right here was in her heels with me along the way, just screaming her lungs out, Oche, 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 bro, like the whole time, right? Like it felt like I've watched Patrick at EFC, you know, I've watched him like uh in these fights, you know, but like to be watching him like at such a grandiose scale at home, and obviously I was also emotionally invested because I had spent the day, the Monday with him, you know, so it kind of like it hit home when you see somebody who's literally fighting for their family. And I literally saw his kid was also there at the fight, right? Like before everything, right? Before everything. And you know, when you see somebody like that and you're like, oh shit, his father's gonna fight, you know, and it just brings up like so many emotions, you know. That's why I don't think we even sat down during his fight, you know, because I don't think we ever sat down. I don't think we ever shut up because it was just like so many songs coming in from his team. And like big shout out to his team also, because like they carried us through, bro. You know, like Melissa's voice, it's still recovering right now, and I'm still tired right now, bro. Like, but like, hey man, I just want to say, Patrick, thank you for that moment, man. Like the mere fact that we had such a moment in our home, home province, in our home country, man. Like, thank you for that.
Nah,
Thank you for that, man.
it's a pleasure, man. Thanks, man. You honor me with your words, eh? Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. I think I was out. Yeah. Yeah, I think I was out again. But yeah, man. And the mere fact that you train literally in the West Side, bro, like that kind of was like a mind fuck to me. I was like, this dude trains like 10 minutes away from me, like, you know. And yes, I've heard that you train in Rodeport and like all of that, but the mere fact that like you're this close and we literally have somebody who is world class in the West Rand, you know, like big shout outs to you for
Thanks,
that.
thanks, thanks,
And
thanks,
yeah,
thanks.
um,
Appreciate it, man.
also, I would say what's another question? Because y'all didn't give me questions, but like I would say, how did it feel having? I would say, uh, would you say this was your toughest fight? Like as in like being that it was like a, a heavy big card, and also the mere fact that you had to deliver. You know, you had to deliver because you were the main event. You had all the press. You know, how did that make you feel actually, and why didn't you? I would say make weight. Why did you make weight instead of? Hey man, I'm here too. I'm here too, baby. I'm here too.
Oh
Lodi
yeah,
Carilas.
let's go.
Lodi
Let's
Carilas. I'm here
Thank God
too,
with the
baby.
let's
I'm
carry
here
go
last.
too.
cracking.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on. What we say?
Yeah.
Congrats to my
Hey, man.
countryman Patrick Starboy. Nigeriano the
Thanks,
carry
man.
last, my brother.
Yes, sir.
At
Yeah.
all, at all,
We're,
at all, at
we're
all,
proud
at
of you,
all.
man. We're proud of you every single time you go out to perform. We're proud of you, man. And shout out to the other brother, Kunle Lawal, as well. Shout out to him. He's the same brother I've been telling you. Trains with Maka went over there in Scotland. You guys put on a fantastic uh stage presence and just getting shit done, man. You know what I mean? Proud of you, brother. Proud of you, man. You know
Thanks,
what I
man.
mean?
Thanks a lot.
Big up, Patrick,
Thanks, man.
man. And yeah,
Thanks a lot.
salute to you for bringing me on, man. I thought, boy, how you leaving us backstage? Then I realized, oh, you was frozen again, little late. You know what I mean? Frozen
Frozen
again.
like Elsa.
Bro,
Come on. Yes, Melissa. Salute,
look, I'm literally like
salute to
actually last
Kanye as
night
well.
on the USD. Yeah, I'm frozen like actually was on the USD yesterday, and I've tried 3 different networks. I have no idea what's going on in this area
Hey,
today. It's
you
absolutely
need to start
ridiculous. I don't
start
even
getting
understand
that
it. But
PFL brown envelopes like cracking we getting, man. You know what I mean?
Yes,
And fix that
sir.
internet, bro.
Come on.
Get that PFL money, bro. You know?
Right. PFL, if anything, please sponsor my internet, just at the very least, my internet. But welcome to the show, Ola. We just have a chat with Patrick here about his performance. So we're just gonna quickly wrap it up with him. Then we're gonna go into the card. But Patrick, we know what's next. No, we're not gonna talk about that now. Let's go into the card. Actually, let's go into the fights and the finishes, because we need to look at the full bracket when we're talking to Patrick about what's next. And I put up.
Hey, don't put that internet on too much work.
Seven finishes.
Bro, don't make that internet do too much,
He's stressing Telcom, bro. Like I told you,
you're stressing out your Wi-Fi, brother. Hey, big up Kanye in the house, man. Big up Kanye. We see you.
Okay. Shout out Kanye. So on this card, we had 10 fights, 7 finishes, 5 knockouts, and 2 submissions. But the 2 Nigerian fighters, or 2 of the Nigerian fighters, were the ones with the decision wins.
One of us got sub as well, bro.
And
like, cut it out. One of us got sub,
and the
one
last
of us
fight
got
of the
sub.
night.
We're gonna catch up, man.
Yes,
I mean, relax with that,
Adesina.
man. You know what I mean? Shit. I'm sensitive right now, bro.
After Tottenham yesterday. But let's talk fight. Rear naked choke for Adesina. That fight didn't last very long. He jumped right. What's his name? Lubaya. And that was a verbal submission. Sorry.
Yeah, it is Lubaya.
There we go. Sorry, I had the wrong. It wasn't an RNC. It was a verbal submission because of I think it was an elbow to the eye. Because all of us in the crowd had no clue what happened.
Is it British fight?
British's. Jeez, how am I mixing this up? Look, Aki, you're gonna.
Okay, the one for
you're gonna say
the one for British is the one with the elbows that got into his eye, and then he said he couldn't see. So
yes.
Then he decided to quit.
Yeah,
because he said it might get worse. Yeah. The other fight was a rear naked choke towards the end of the round. Lubaya's fight.
Yes, that's the win for
Adesina.
Adesina against Jean-Jacques Lubaya, end of the second round, 100%. But I wasn't too. Interestingly enough, you were the only EFC fighter to win on the night. All the other EFC fighters did not manage to win their fight tonight. Jean-Jacques Lubaya being one of them, who did not win, who is currently the EFC. So that was absolutely crazy. But shout out to his fight in the second fight of the night, and that's about this one first. But the second fight of the night, actually, Patrick is he getting warmed up?
Yeah.
But that head kick.
I did watch it, though. I watched it live on the phone.
That head kick rang around the arena. Now, I won't lie, I was halfway between the nosebleeds and the front, right? So we were kind of far back, but you heard the most crisp slap I've ever heard in my life when that head kick got put on Baba Yaga, Shadrack Yambe. I love Shadrack. It's a pity that he got kicked in the head, but
kick him in the head.
Man, thank you. Exactly.
What do you mean? It's a pity.
Bro, that's what we want.
That's your little show.
We don't care what the recipient
show,
is,
bro.
You know what I mean? We don't care what the recipient is, man. You know, as long as they say kick in the head, bro. Like, come on.
And what's crazy is if you watch the broadcast, you can hear me screaming, kick him in the head just before the head kick lands. They had both gone for head kicks. That was the fourth head kick. First, Baba Yaga threw one. Then Sankara threw one. Then Baba Yaga threw the third one and he missed. And then Sankara threw his question mark kick and it landed flush on the cheek. The kick are insane. If you haven't seen it, you need to go and check it out there or on Facebook or on Instagram, all media, you will find pick that crazy head kick uh, from Abdoul Razac Sankara. Now, that was the second, and that ended the first round, things like 4 minutes in or something.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
You said that you
No,
watched
2
it, Pat.
minutes.
Did that get you hyped for your fight?
The
2 minutes into
truth
the
is,
first round.
Yemba had a really tough weight cut. He had some issues he was dealing with that nobody knows about. And I think that brought it to his head because Yamba is a very good fighter. He's a very, very good striker. And the guy I fought against, Sankara, also, I know him. He is also very good, right? So I was actually expecting that fight to probably go to the round 2, round 3, probably decision. That's what I thought it would be, But then when the thing about Sankara is he loves setting traps. So if you give him that chance, then it takes advantage of it. Because I do watch him when he fights at the Afcon, the Kamaru Usman promotion day in Nigeria, So because I know him very well. He's a very nice guy. So when I was watching the fight and I saw him when he kicked the leg and Yamba wanted to catch, I was like, whoa, whoa. Because I always have a problem with people catching legs because that's when the question mark comes in. I wasn't expecting him to throw the question mark immediately, because I saw he was busy setting traps. And then when he kicked him on the leg the one time, and then he went to his head with a question mark kick and it landed. I was actually on my way from the hotel, to the venue, and then I saw that head kick. Bah! We went crazy in the bus. I was like, jeez, like it. Two reasons. The first one is it did that to my friend, to somebody that I'm close to, and that was heartbreaking, And then the second one is that was a beautiful knockout. I don't want to lie, man. I wouldn't wish that on myself, but that was a beautiful knockout. So when I saw that, I'm like, hell yeah. Because I knew I was fighting the winner between those two guys. So I was actually trying to pay attention to the fight. And then that was beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
man.
That
Look,
was really nice.
you keep showing up and showing out, delivering on your fights. And every time we've seen you on Head Kick Pod, and I've been on the panel with you, you're always confident about what you're gonna go and do in the cage. The question I want to ask you while we wait for Yao to come back is, what's the deal with PFL now? Are we talking multi-fight contract or is it a 1-for-1? What's the situation? When are we going to likely see you get back in the cage? Maybe under another promotion or under PFL?
For right now, I'm fully with the
Okay.
PFL. I'm with them, and then So for right now, we're busy with the tournaments, which we through with the quarterfinals. So we're just gonna get into the semifinals right now. So the semifinals is gonna be in October, but we don't know which country will it be, the date and stuff. We just know that we should start prepping. Probably gonna fight in 8 weeks time. So minimum is 8, maximum 9, stuff like that. So, but anyways, I was given a multiple fight contract. So outside of the tournament, I still get to fight also at the PFL, so, and which I'm grateful about. So, but I'm happy there, man. Like, it's just, even though I just joined them, it felt like I've always been there,
Feels like
because
home, huh?
the future on sent me a screenshot today, you know, 2022, I was already wearing the PFL cap. Boom.
But
And then the second picture we took again, I'm still wearing the PFL stuff. It was like, it's like you knew you're always going to be at the PFL. I'm like, maybe, I don't know. But then it's on God, man, Things happen and that we cannot even explain it.
manifest.
But above all, I'm just
Yeah, man,
grateful.
He
manifest
manifested
into existence.
this. He manifested
Yeah,
this.
man,
Yeah.
manifest into existence, bro.
Yeah. Nigerians and manifesting, go together.
Hey, come on, bro. You know what I mean? You want something so bad, you gotta wish that thing to come to life, bro.
Yes,
And
sir.
sometimes
Yes, sir.
it do be happening.
Yeah.
Just like the GTR. Yeah, we're gonna get that GTR, but don't worry about
Yeah,
that, man. We're gonna get
real
you that
shit.
GTR,
And
bro.
y'all was not
Amen.
riding on that,
Amen.
bro. Y'all was not riding on my GTR.
Hey,
No,
why?
don't worry, man. We're gonna get that GTR, man. Inshallah.
Don't worry, I'll be in the Lambo.
Amen. Amen.
Let's talk about the next fight, the one between Albert Stein and Abdul Rahman Erachidi. That was a very interesting fight. Watching Albert Stein coming in, both fighters having missed weight, but ironically making the exact.
Hola, take over.
Oh, yeah, y'all's got the game. Look, like we said, the next time we see you, because now you've told us you've signed a multi-fight, you know, contract with the UFC. Is there anybody that you now want in mind, knowing the time frame that it could take you to get back to compete again, especially in the tournament format? You know that you could be fighting under the PFL. Do you have a an opponent style or any particular opponent in mind?
Like there's a, I don't know if you saw the
Mm,
format, the fight format. So in the semifinals, I'll be going head to head against Sankara, the guy that got the head kick
right.
knockout against Yemba. So he's my next opponent in October. So yeah, and the nice thing is we are both strikers. You
Oh,
know, he's a striker. I'm a striker. He got a little bit of ground, but I'm better
mm,
than him on the ground. I got more grounds than him. I didn't want the world to see my ground at all, but then my opponent forced me to show a little bit of it. You know, and
and now
then
you shop the world with it.
but this guy that I'm fighting now,
I said, now you
sorry.
shop the world with it.
Yeah, because people think I don't have grounds at all, you know. But then I show that I know how to get
Mhm.
up from the bottom. You know, I showed I could control him as well, you know, transitioning from one side to the other side, you know, and the getting the dub. I didn't want to take him down. Like only when he tried to take me down, I just reversed him and show him that now, even though you are the wrestler, but then you're not gonna dominate me in that department. You know, so and then yeah, so about the next fight. So I'm fighting against a striker, a very tricky one, which is a good guy. I like him, you know, and he's very good and he knows what he's up against. He knows he's coming up against me. He's a huge fan of
Mm,
me as well, you know, and because we have mutual respect for each other, you know, so we both know that the fight is going to be interesting. It should be very interesting. And I feel like because it's fight style that beats
mm,
fight style, right? So Kamara's fight style didn't allow me to finish him,
mm.
you know, because he was mad strong. And for some reasons, despite everything I was throwing at him, he could
Yeah,
take it, you know. So I don't want to say if it were to be in lightweight, I would have knocked him out easily. But definitely, I will have more power in lightweight than I did featherweight. But then I'm taking nothing away from my opponent. He earned my respect, you know. So going to the next fight, it's you know I feel
mm,
like we both love to set traps, you know, and then we both love to set traps. And I'm the king of striking in Africa. That
mm.
wouldn't change because I want to be the
Yes,
king
sir.
of striking in the world, one of the best strikers in the world. So I have to
Yes, sir.
dominate. I need to dominate Africa without any doubt. So I feel like everything happens for a reason. God
Yeah.
gave me a good striker that is just coming out from a beautiful head kick knockout against a guy that is undefeated, a good striker as well that we all know, Yamba. So
Yeah.
at least if I get to stand to share the cage with him, and if God's willing, I could figure him out earlier and then knock him out, you know,
Yeah.
I should earn more respect from the striking world. That's just what I think. And that's what I
Mm,
believe in. So it's not gonna be easy, but then I didn't come this far just to relax or just to underestimate my opponent, you know. But then like I said, if I say I really want to be one of the best strikers in the world, there shouldn't be anybody here in Africa that should be on my way, really.
yeah, man. One more question before Yao um cracks on with this, and this is something that we sing, and thanks to Kraken, thanks to Melissa, and even Yao with all the posts you guys tagged us throughout the build up. It's like we were part of it. We saw what was going on over here in the UK. But the one thing that I wanted to ask you is from some of the promotions that you fought under. and fighting under this, PFL, something that you've dreamt about since 2022, like you mentioned earlier on. What was the treatment like? What were the subtle differences? Maybe something that you feel that you thought, oh, this is next level. Some did it feel like that? What were those things? If you don't mind sharing it with us.
Like everything about the PFL is just beautiful, man. I don't wanna lie, man. Like the way they organize things, the way they treat the play the fighters, excuse me, and the
Sorry,
quality of the the
Dick.
the the,
You
the,
hear?
the fight shorts, the
Oh,
t-shirts for the cornerman, the tracksuit, the caps, the bag, and the hotel was nice. The food, they even gave us a card, a premium card with $600 inside, just for us
Mm,
to buy us whatever we need, and that is just pocket money.
wow.
That's what more than a lot of what other people are earning in some other promotions. So
Yeah.
it's something that anybody would really love to be at, and I really pray that for those that are really pushing out there to also get to experience what I experienced in this tournament. I don't want to lie, man. I felt like I was dreaming, and
Mm,
and I actually well, they say if you believe, and you work towards it, it will come to pass, right? That goes down to manifestation. But then what I'm trying to
mm,
say is like I'm there right now, right? But then it still felt like I'm not there. It's like
Yeah,
I'm living someone else's life.
mm.
And I had to take a moment and reflect on everything that's going on. And like the interviews, the treatment from all of their staffs, man, they were beautiful, man. All of the camera crew, the
Production.
directors, like everybody there, man. And there was so much love and respect. So even although I don't think there's any fighter that will complain about anything. If
Wow.
anybody wants to be anywhere, it's the PFL guys. Like really, like there, I feel blessed, man, and honored to
Wow.
be part of that tournament and to be part of the promotion. Really,
Yeah.
it's a dream come true to me.
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like,
100%.
can I just add on what Patrick said, man? And coming from I would say a media point of view, right? Like when we did media day, bro, like there was literally food for the media,
Mm,
like bro, like even for Monday, bro, like it felt like when you because everybody was there. That's the thing, like you get to see everybody. The mere fact that I got to engage with Lubaya, I got to interact with Albert Stein, I got to interact with Patrick, like in his gym before he even went to the hotel, bro. And the way everybody just, like I said, there was a moment where with Shadrach, not Shadrach, yeah, with Ochema here, where with Patrick here, there was a moment where there were literally two camera crews, like two camera crews, and there were big cameras,
mm.
and you're like, this is like, I was like, literally, I was like, am I here? Right?
Like
Like
a movie
it's
set.
kind of like the same thing. Yeah, it's like a movie set, bro. Like, and I'm like, am I here? Then I see myself on the PFL official Instagram page, PFL page, and I'm like, wait, what is happening right now,
Mm,
right? Because we're so used to like mediocre media coverage, mediocre promotion. Then we have literally giant cameras. Like when you see the PFL van, and like it has PFL logo, and it has like emergency response. So you literally have, like, while filming, you literally have like a medic van following you around, just so that you're safe, and it just shows you the level of money, man, the level of like cashmere sweater money, not white Alabama hay, bro. Like the amount of money in fighters, bro. Like that's the one thing. Like this is not to the promoters. Like you really get to see the promoters. That's the thing, right?
mm.
Like you really get to see the promoters, and when you see them, it's either for interview or for the fights. But then the stars are not the promoters. The stars are the fighters. And that was one thing that I commend PFL for like putting the fighters first. even the media, bro. Like, bro, I had like a whole 6-course meal, bro. I was eating fruits and meat at the media crib, bro. Fruit and meat. Like, people were looking at me weird, and I'm like, yo, bro, I'm gonna live this moment. You're not gonna tell me what I need to do. I'm gonna live this moment. But yeah, man, that's
Yeah, you
like I
gotta take
said,
it
man.
in.
Yeah, you have to take it in because you never know, bro. You never know, And big shout outs to PFL for doing what they did, and I loved what they did with the series, man. Having Patrick interact with his kid. There was a moment where Patrick was literally playing with his son, and his son like literally like a hard fist. Like I think it was a
Spielberg
fist
feast.
on elbow, bro.
Spielberg
Like
feast.
that was like, yeah, that piece, bro. And you're like, holy shit, we literally have like something really coming here. And
Yeah, man. It's in the blood. It's in the blood.
the mere fact that we got all of that on camera is crazy. I can't wait for you guys to see that episode. When Patrick's episode comes out, that's the one.
Oh, we're on standby for it, man. We're on standby
Yes,
for
sir.
it, man. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it, Patrick.
Yes.
I think you guys are on standby, just like my internet connection tonight, which is
Hey,
absolutely
yo,
shocking. But thank
as
you
you
guys so
start
much for
talking,
holding
your
it down.
bandwidth start bugging, bro. Like,
Oh my
you know
god!
what I mean? You might as well just sit in the corner right now and let me and Kraken just, you know what I mean, chop it up
Yeah.
with Patrick
I
over here, man.
I think it's revenge for all I was saying about Achi's connection last night. The internet gods are like,
Yes, sir.
aha, gotcha. Look,
Oh, look
with
at
that
this!
said,
Look at this!
let's quickly look at the brackets. Don't tell me I've disappeared again, but let's look at the brackets
Yeah, yeah.
for this PFL card that we just had, the guys who will be going through to the semifinals. So we do have, and we heard him saying it earlier, Patrick coming up against Sankara in the next fight at the featherweight semifinals. That's going to be a great fight. Then the other two guys in that semifinal bracket are Adesanya and the guy with an insane flying knee knockout, Dwight.
Liberian
Like
ninja.
that. And Liberian Ninja, I love that. Dwight Joseph absolutely killed, unexpectedly, Wilker and Samo because it was a very close fight. Every time Joseph would come in and Samo would hit him with a body kick, push him back, and we weren't really sure which way it was going to go if we went to the judges, but that flying knee was so precise, absolutely destroyed him. And then on the side of the welterweights, we have Shido Esperanca coming up against Ocheme, who won in his fight. I wouldn't say it wasn't convincing. It's just that you'd want to see him have done more so that he could be better prepared. But he had a verbal submission in his fight against British Bolo Young. And then in the other welterweight semifinal, we have Yabna Nchala versus Emilios Dasi. Dasi, who took out Osvaldo Benedito, an EFC fighter, and Yabna, who took out Sanon Sadek in what was another finish on this card. Those are the berths for the semifinals at PFL. As I said earlier, we don't know where that's going to be, but looking forward to that card. Of these semifinals, gentlemen, which one are
Yeah, you don't even need to ask which one. You already know which
Yeah.
one. We waiting for
Let
Patrick.
me start
We
with you.
want
Obviously,
Patrick
it's
and
going to be you.
Sankara, bro.
Yeah,
Like, what?
no.
That internet
Am I
just
back? Am I here?
that internet just stopped you right in your tracks, bro. Like, what kind of question you asking? Which one are we looking forward to? Of course, we're looking
Yeah.
forward to Patrick. Now, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. Person to be in
Shut up,
Benin,
Melissa.
and like it's gonna be an all Nigerian final, right? It's gonna be an all
Right.
Nigerian final.
Amen. Amen to that.
Amen
Amen
to
to that.
that.
Amen to that.
Come on.
That's the one thing. That's the one thing that I'm down to see, man. And like I said, man, like with Patrick, man, like I'm part of the team now, bro. I'm part of the team. Like
Thanks, bro.
I literally am like emotionally invested, bro. Like the mere fact that me and Melissa was sweating like crazy, bro, because like we left our drinks on the other side, and like I was like, should I go get like water? Because my voice is like failing me. And I was like, nah, I'll grab some water like another time, bro. This is the in this moment. And the mere fact that we had like the Springbok captain Siya Kolisi acknowledge like Patrick, it was crazy, because it showed like we are Africa, yes, we're South African, but like we are Africa at large, man. Like everybody comes to South Africa to make their dreams come true. And the mere fact that Patrick got that moment with Sia, it was something
Well,
else. And the mere
Africa too,
fact
you
that
want to call Usman a bum and an old dodgy leg and
no.
knees and
No,
shit.
please,
Let's
Usman.
not
No, no, hey,
talk about
don't
Usman
think you're just
right
gonna
now.
let that
Let's
slide
not,
like that.
no. This
You
is
know what I'm
Patrick's
trying to
moment right
say,
now.
man?
You're not
Yeah,
gonna do that.
yeah,
You're not
yeah,
gonna,
I am gonna
you're not
do
gonna take
that.
Patrick's
Yeah.
moment away from
You, hey, that was still sore, man. You just dropped that yesterday, bro. You know what I mean? That shit's still sore, bro. You know, I'm still hating on that.
It's fresh.
But yeah, man. Yeah. But like, yeah, man, the way everybody received Patrick, that was the moment for me. And like nobody saw this, right? I think Khotso got this on camera, but like there was a moment after everybody had left, and it was just Patrick with his family. And I saw him and we were chanting Oche, 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 Oche. And it was like literally outside the arena. And Patrick just, like he embodied, he didn't shy away from it. Like, he didn't shy away from it. And that was one moment I get to take away, because like it's like, when you appreciating a champion, right? Appreciating a champion, and he's there. He's not in the ring. He's there, like next to you, and you get to see what being a fan does to a fighter, man. Like thank you for that. Like I'm part of the team, bro. I'm part of the team.
Thank you.
Like I was told to come to your
Thank you.
gym.
Thank you.
I promise you, man. I think next week I'm joining your gym. Next week. Like
Yeah, man. Look, what Patrick is doing is inspiring. You can see the way Kraken's been describing the experience that you had, and this is an experience that most fans don't even get. Most fans don't get to be around their favorite fighters like that. So giving Patrick, Melissa, and everybody around you that experience, is something that they're going to cherish and treasure. And the displays that you put on that we see on the screens, is something that we hold on to, something that we're going to we're going to continue to be proud of every time you go out there to compete. And don't get old, Patrick. Don't get old, because some people will use your age against you later on. You know what I mean?
No,
They'll
Cross is in
forget
here,
all your
bro. Cross is
accomplishments.
in here.
They'll forget all your accomplishments. They say Father Time is undefeated. They say all that craziness. You know what I mean? But we treasure everything you do, brother. We treasure it, man.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Thanks a lot.
Look, I'm probably gonna end it here. We've looked at exactly who's going into the semifinals. My internet is
no. Don't end it here. I still have a shit ton of things
look,
to say.
say
bro.
them, because right now
Come
I'm
on,
just
bro.
keeping quiet.
Hey,
'Cause
you're
every
not
time I
even going to
speak,
show
my
no
internet
mercy
drops
for
for me. I'll
Yao's
be honest with
internet.
you. Nah, bro. Listen, you
Yeah,
can keep
no,
going.
no,
Afi.
no, no,
If
no.
I drop off, it is what it
Man.
is at this point.
Y'all was giving me shit yesterday.
Yep.
Look at me
Look at you
now.
now, bro.
Look at me now. I'm shining now. But like, yeah, man. Like there was just so much happening. Like during the fight week, like I said, like I just asked Patrick about the weight cut, the knockouts, and I would say how does it feel to be the only EFC fighter, I would say, who made it out of like the
It's like
tournament bracket,
making it out of the hood,
because
man. That's like
obviously that
making it out of
kind
the
of
hood, bro.
yeah.
You know, if you guys haven't mentioned it, I didn't even know I was the only EST fighter that won.
Wow.
I wasn't
Yeah.
even paying attention. Like if you didn't
Yeah.
mention it now, I wasn't even gonna know. Like for
Yeah,
honestly, because I just know that I have a target, which I have to meet up with. I like it or I don't like it, but it's a must. I need to honor my late father,
Mm.
and I need to really put my family's name in the words, man. And then because there's so many things that I do, and I ask myself, where did you get this from? And the only answer I could get is there are two things. It's either in my previous life I was a great warrior, or whenever I sleep, God just opens my brain and just install good stuff in there. Because I do think sometimes that I'm even surprised myself. I'm like, yo, is this me? So I just feel like I'm destined for greatness. So I don't compare myself with the next person next to me. It's all about me improving, winning and winning. Because I'm praying not to lose from now to 3 years from now. If I can achieve that, it means that I would. There's no way the world will talk about me more.
Mm.
So it's just about just showing up at the gym, improving 1% every day, getting to the cage, enjoying every moment of it. Because when I fight, it's not like I'm not. I don't see it like I'm going to do something difficult. I see that I'm going to entertain the crowd and I'm
Mm.
going to have fun doing it. That's why I'm always smiling because pain is part of our sport. If you don't embrace the pain and use it in the right direction, it's going to control
Mm.
you. And you start murmuring and stuff like that. So the moment you make peace with your new life, I feel like things will become a little bit more easier. So I didn't know I was the only ESC fighter that won the fight. All I knew was it was me, it was British and Albert, that we had the same manager.
Right.
So now I know I'm the only one that won from my managing aspect, but I didn't know that in terms of all the ESC fighters that were representing, I was the only one that won. I
Yeah,
didn't
man.
know.
So
You're on the
you've
path to
mentioned your
you're on the path to
team.
greatness.
So Ola, now that I have a little bit of network. So you mentioned your team and your coach a few times now. How did they contribute to this, and how do you see this elevating the station of where you're currently training? Because we've seen what it's done for Team CIT having a world champion. Now your team, Pandemonium's, on the way to getting an African champion, helped elevate that stat. How did they help get you to this point?
Well, Dwayne Meredith is the best in the game when it comes to the grappling. Like I don't lie, man. Besides him just being my coach, God gave him that gift. He have the ability to make you understand something that was supposed to be that's meant to be difficult. So and then I also have Krulane as well. He's the best in the game in terms of Muay Thai. Nobody can argue about that. You feel me? So then imagine having those two combinations together. And luckily, fortunately for me, I'm not lazy. That's one. And two, I love to train. And then three, it's not about just training. I want to improve every now and then. I don't want to be predictable. That's why I don't just pick a specific kind of way to fight the person. I'll dance with you depending on what you bring to the table, but I'll make it work, from my side. So having these two guys together, working together, which I'm grateful to God that I was able to do that part, because I know when when I'm doing something wrong, they will tell me. When I have any different ideas and I say, hey, coach, check this out. I want to work on this, or I'm working on this, working on that. And he sits down, he listens to me, and then it tells me his own opinion, like honest opinion about what he thinks, if it will work or if it won't work. So for me to have such guidance, it's like I'm already a world
Mm.
champion. That's the way I'm looking at it because I know that I have two coaches that are very honest and they're very good at what they do, right? And I'm also good at what I do. But then combining those three people together with three different brains and three different way of view of perspective, man, if I cannot be the very best of myself, then it means I'm not serious. So I really believe that Pandemonium is going places. I'm just privileged to be one of the first guy from the gym that is actually competing in this level. But there are a lot of talent there. They're young. We have likes of Iviwe, the likes of Jefferson, the likes of Taban Cabello. We have Calvin Smith, we got Joe. Like we got a lot of good fighters there, man, at on alignment. And we have a great coach, and that's why we are all good. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
Now, shout out to Team
Definitely.
Pandemonium.
And Patrick, man, like I would just like to say one last thing for me, bro. If you can, bro, just I need you to teach me that spinning back elbow again, bro. Like Yao's been talking a lot of shit, and I need to give him that Sylvester Chipua special, bro. Like, cause you know, I need that, bro. I need that part of my arsenal.
I got you. I got you. Don't worry.
We'll see if you can land it, Achi. Look, I don't know if anyone else has anything to say, Patrick, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you in the semifinals, wherever that may be, whether it be Zambia, whether it be Kenya, whether it comes back here to SA, we don't know. But we look forward to seeing you in the semifinals against Sankara. We look forward to seeing you in Benin. Achi, you're going to be there. I'm going to be there. Ola, you coming?
Come
It's close
on
to
now.
home.
Hola, come on, bro. Come on, let's link
Come
up.
on.
This guy just
Let's-
said it's close to home, like, you know what I mean. You guys make it close to home to me, and that's the that's one of the wonderful things that I enjoy about you guys being over there and being our eyes and ears on some of the things that goes on down there. And sometimes when some of the big promotions do come down here, where we are over here in Europe, we try and do the same for you guys. So, you guys are gonna be the one that are gonna make me feel at home when you go over there. Kraken did an excellent job, like I said earlier on, just making everything inclusive for all of the guys that's over here. Even the guys in America, they were we were all in it. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys for that, man. Shout out to you again, Kraken and Melissa and Yao. Hopefully, when you go to Benin, uh,
Tell him to
you,
get his shit together. He should come like
yeah,
fight
man.
week, bro.
Yeah,
Like you should
man. You
spend
know what I
time
mean?
with Ochema and them. Like, come on, bro. Like, take off
Get
work.
your shit together, yo,
Get
man.
yeah, that's
Get your
the
shit
that's the
together.
Hey,
only
man,
thing. Get your
I'll be
shit together.
honest.
Get your
I just got so
first get his
many kids.
Wi-Fi together.
I'm sure there's better Wi-Fi in Benin. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me on this recap show of PFL Africa, Joburg. I'm very sure we're going to do it again after the next PFL, the semifinals, which is going to be crazy. It's going to
I
be the
mean, there's a
heavyweights.
question that Kanye's been asking before you quite get out of
Yeah.
here, man. She's been asking
She's
this
been
question.
on my neck about this
And
question.
Patrick is just
Are
been
you going
silent,
back
like,
to
oh, I just
We
found
out
the
the
new
hood.
home. I
We
just found the
out
new
the
home.
hood, bro.
Why are you trying to bring me back to the hood? Did you hear us say he made it out of the hood, Kanye? Did you not see us say this brother made it out of the hood? You know what I mean? No, we ain't going back.
You never know though. We are not
That's the
burning
right
any
answer. You
bridges,
never know.
So yeah, we never know because life. So life is too short. And then the ESC might decide to do something really cool for Africa, and then that probably need my attention or something. And if I'm still with the PFL by that time, God's willing, and if they are cool with me doing something for them, why not?
Yeah, man. PFL
At
are
the end of the
generally
day,
flexible like
it's
that.
all
Anyways,
personal.
if it's something that makes sense, they usually let their fighters go out and put it together. So I don't think they'll be mad at that. But as for coming back to it, listen, Patrick is in a
It's
mansion
out
now,
the
man.
hood.
He's out the hood, man. You know what I mean?
That's what we like to hear. Look, spoken like a true champion, Pat. Don't burn bridges. You never know where you're going to end up. And at the end of the day, it is the
Exactly.
promotion that got you to where you are. So there's no love lost there. Obviously, you still respect what they did for you and your
Alexander
career.
Isak could learn one or two things from Patrick. Then you know what I mean.
Yep, 100%. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on playback, thank you for watching. At Head Kick Pod on all platforms. You can find us on Instagram, find us on YouTube. We will be live again tomorrow with the UFC 319 prediction show. Before I let you guys go, let's have a quick chat about that. We got DDP tomorrow against Khamzat Chimaev. Pat, I'm going to start with you. How do you see that fight going? Because we're all very, very excited about this fight. And if he wins, when he wins, it changes the landscape of African MMA. It puts him in another bracket where it comes to champions right now. How are you feeling about tomorrow's event?
Um, you know, I would love it if Drikes can be the first one to beat Hamzat, because it does stand a chance. The reason is because Drikes' style is different, you know. It's different in his own way. And people don't realize the amount of time that guy spends training,
Mm.
doing his own personal training, stuff like that. And the one thing my coach could do always talks about Drikes is he says Drikes is convinced that nobody on earth will beat him. Like he's not just
Mm.
saying it; like he's convinced, And then we all saw what is it called? What Kamara what's his name, man?
Usman
Giver Burns.
Burns.
You know, no, Giver Burns first. What he did to Hamzat, the same Hamzat nobody could touch at all. But then Giver Burns got very good grappling, good grab game. and Drikes couldn't do. Hamzat couldn't do anything to him. And he even ended up hitting landing a lot of strikes, significant strikes on Hamzat as well. And now we're talking about Drikes here. Drikes is a whole hell of a wrestler. That guy's a tank. And then even though we see him getting tired because of cardio and stuff, but he still got power and he could still think. And these things have been working for him all this time. So Hamzat on the other side, if Drike survived, this is my honest opinion, right? If he survived round 1 and round 2, Drike is winning for sure, 100%. I don't see the fight going distance if Drike survived round 1, because we all know Hamza is going to come and shoot. So Drike's wrestling will be tested there. If he survives it and keep the fight standing and goes to the next round, it means his chance of winning, it's huge, my opinion. I'm rooting
Do
for
you
him.
do you agree with him being underdog in this fight, going into this fight? And do you think that motivates Dricus even more coming in as the underdog?
I feel like it's a disrespect to a champion to be underdog, because you're a champion for a reason. Nobody just didn't just give him that belt. He earned it. And he defended himself quite a few times. The very least, it should at least be 50-50, not just being an underdog. Me, I find it disrespectful. I know so far I've always been the favorite to win, but if Tibu were to turn and that happens to me, being the champion and I'm the underdog, I will feel disrespected. That's the truth, regardless of who I'll be fighting again. So, yeah.
But from a fighter's point of view, do you then use it as a weapon? Do you then use it as a motivation to really go out there and shut down the doubters? In terms of,
and it's free money for us, to be honest with you. It's free money for us.
That's true. Yeah.
I like it when people don't believe in me, because then you're giving me another reason to force you to join me. Because now I'm not gonna ask you to join me verbally, but I will do that with the way I'm going to fight and I'm going to perform. Because it's not just about winning for me; it's how I win that matters. You get my point? Like if I got this unanimous decision win and I didn't actually do anything in the fight, I'll be heartbroken. I didn't celebrate because I was sad. I thought I didn't fight well at all. Because he forced me. Because see, round 2 when I got him down there and I was landing those ground up, I was sure that the fight was over there. I did everything to the point that I even got tired doing it. But luckily for me, even when I'm tired, they still call me the metrics. You won't catch me in the face. You can try your luck. You won't catch me. So, but then my point is, at least I showed people that I wanted to be there. I showed people that I enjoyed being there. I showed people that I wanted to actually kill him, like finish him. I tried. It didn't go according to the way I thought it would. But then remember, he's a human being. He also wants to win. He's also fighting for his family as well. Because what I saw in that man's eye, that man was willing to die there in the cage. Like if we were to fight to the death, he was not going to stop until he's dead. And that alone, not everybody could do that. And going into the fight, knowing the kind of person that I am, and knowing fully well that I'm coming from a 3-fight knockout winning streak, that would terrify anybody. But he kept on saying one thing to me: "You're not going to finish me, Patrick. You think you're going to knock me out? You're not going to knock me out. I'm going to dominate you." That's why I said to him before the fight, there are only few people alive that would dominate. But then I guess we'll see. You find out why they call me, why people don't catch me when they're in front of me. And he found out the hard way, fortunately for him. But Drikes, I'm saying that what they did to him being the underdog, that's been disrespectful. I don't wish that upon myself. And I pray he goes in there and prove them wrong, that he's a champion for a reason. He goes in there and put in a beautiful performance and probably maybe be the first one to submit Hamzat, or maybe to be the first one to KO. Who knows? You never know. But if that happens, I'll be happy. I'll be happy because he's from Africa, even though he's from South Africa, but then he's representing us. And for the fact that we have a legend there in the world saying he's the world champion, it means there's hope for the likes of us. There's hope for me. There's hope for whoever believes that he can be a world champion, and not just being a world champion, to stay there and dominate. There's hope for all of us to make the impossible possible. You know, so that's why I'm rooting for
Yeah,
DDP. Really.
Well said.
Yeah. No, well said. And just what you're saying about your opponent, we saw that. We saw when you took him down and you were just grinding on him, but he was still moving. That was phenomenal. In the hood, they would have stopped that match. They would have stopped that fight, and that would have taken away from your win.
Ah,
So I'm glad they didn't stop it. I'm glad they let him continue all the way and they let the fight go all the way, because that's what really builds you as a fighter, to get to the point of fighting someone who's willing to take it all the way rather than it just getting randomly stopped and you're like, oh, okay, sure. So that was definitely great to see from my side as well, as a fan. But thank you. We all are all looking forward to UFC 319 tomorrow. There is a watch along. If you can join us, we will be watching along live on the Fight Week show tomorrow, and it's gonna be an absolute cracker. Kraken, where are you watching?
Yeah, we're gonna be running the fight.
Kraken.
oh me. I'm at Henny's, baby. I'm at Henny's.
Oh yeah, wait, where
the
you?
official watch party. Remember, I made it out the hood, just like Patrick, baby. I made it out the hood. I made it out the hood, baby. Come on now. I'll be in Henny's Waterkloof. I'm gonna be sipping on mimosas at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yo, hold on. What? You're not gonna be there with Cross? I'll make sure you look at Cross.
I'm gonna be there, but like
All right.
I'm the location, bro. Like,
All right.
the location,
Okay. Yeah.
I ain't running away. I want my money.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Yeah, man.
But yeah,
I just want 10% from the winner, bro. You know what I mean? Just brokering the deal. I just want 10%, man.
Matchmaker. Matchmaker's fee.
Patrick, man, like honest to God, bro. Like I've gotten like great reviews from Joel and them. They were like, "Yo, bro, if I want to be, if I would say if I want to turn pro, basically, like get me from like nothing to like at least the hood level, like the hood level. Trust me, bro. Like you're the guys to get me there, and definitely, bro. You literally like are 10 minutes away from my house. Next week I'm coming through, baby. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Shout out.
It's been nice to have you there.
That's good. Inspirational.
Yeah.
To everyone watching, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Fight Week Show, Ola, where can people find you on the social before we get out of here?
Yeah, everywhere on socials, Insta, Spotify. Check us out on Twitch. We're on YouTube. Yeah, man, just go in the Fight Week Show. You know what we do. We're going to be back tomorrow doing that prediction show. Nigeriano, they carry last. I'm representing you on that scoreboard, Patrick. We're right at the top, baby. You know what I mean? So we're carrying the flag on that one. And yeah, we're going to try and maintain the spot for Nigeria at the top of the table. My Fight Week Show, come look us up there tomorrow, man, where we're going to be rooting for DDP to get past Chimaev and get up there in the pound for pound list. That's where I want to see DDP next. Pound for pound list. Let's go.
Kraken, how about you? Where can people find you?
Hey, man, they can find me here. Elite Slap Sports. We're currently streaming on there right now, or Achisanang Pule on Facebook. We're currently streaming on there right now. But like, hey, man, anytime there's something that has to do with Head Kick Podcast, I'm here talking my shit, with my Pikachu emotional support dog, bro. Like, yeah, man, like, I just want to say again, man, Patrick, what you did for us, man, nothing but amazing, bro. Like the mere fact that you showed up, you showed up, and big shout out to my boy Melissa again, bro. Like big shout out to my boy Melissa. She was out here screaming her lungs off, like heels and all, bro. Like it was crazy. So yeah.
Pat, where can people find you if they want to find Starboy and if they want to reach out to you?
And all socials, you get me at Ocheme Patrick, both on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So Ocheme Patrick, you find me there, and then you can follow me, and I'll follow you back. Then you can tune in so you can get more information with regards to what's next for the Beast.
Starboy, Ola, Nigeriano, they carry last. And you guys, thank you so much for joining me on the show tonight. Until next time, everyone, don't forget to